was Memorial Day weekend. And that means here on the W Sports Podcast, we're looking at those standings for a legit consideration for contenders or pretenders. So we're going to get to that today. But Tubby, welcome back to the show, man. How was your holiday weekend?
It was good. Hung out with some friends, had some
Yep.
good food, good times.
There you go. Yep. That is the recipe for a good holiday weekend. That's probably part of the reason why was both of our schedules did not line up to be able to
No,
record yesterday. So easy
yeah,
enough. So thanks for being patient with us. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. That way, even if we don't go on our normal rotation, you can still be a part of it on the following days, kind of like what today is, because we want you to be a part of it. So make sure you jump in the chat as we break down each division's contenders, or maybe they're just really pretenders as we go through those today. And then big news though, so I don't know if anybody had a better weekend overall, just news wise, than Atlanta Braves. I mean, they get
yeah,
back Ronald Acuna Jr. He hits 2 bombs. They already had Spencer Strider back. I mean, as far as good news goes, that feels like pretty good news for a fan base.
yeah. I mean, definitely always helps when you add a former MVP back to your, lineup where you haven't really scored a whole lot of runs. So it's definitely going to be a boost to the batting order. I mean, they still did,
Yeah,
they still are 4-6 in their last 10 games, but it's definitely a positive sign seeing him being able to attack early on, because we saw the last major injury he had, it took him quite a while to get into the swing of game.
yeah, and from everything I've heard from these major like knee injuries or like
Hmm.
leg injuries, it's always that mental piece of
Yep.
trusting yourself with it. So at the very least, the power's there. We're going to see what the speed looks like. I don't think if he gets
Yeah.
to 10 stolen bases, I will be honestly surprised this year.
Hmm. Yeah.
Still gonna have some, but that 80. It was 81 or 87, something like that. That he had that one
Yeah.
year. That's not
Yeah.
happening again. You
No.
can't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, all right, so we're gonna go through. Do you want to start? We'll start with the AL. We'll go with the AL West. We'll start out West. We always end with the West, so we're gonna start our way and work back. But we'll do All American League. And as we look at the standings, I mean, that's what they say around Memorial Day is the first time you really look at this. Um,
Honestly, it depends on how Seattle bounces back. With the guys getting hurt, the pitching wise, how well those pitchers come back is going to be the biggest question for them. And finding some offense somewheres is going to be one of the biggest thing. I mean, you're in first place with only a plus 19 run differential right now. So honestly, I don't know if any of these teams can compete. Yeah, it's one of the hardest divisions I think right now to predict, because everyone is really relatively close outside of the A's who have kind of fallen off a little bit lately. But I mean, those, yeah,
Angels had. It was against some really bad teams. Actually,
hmm,
lost multiple series against better teams. The
yeah,
fluke against the the Dodgers was wild.
yeah,
I look at this in two ways. One, I think Houston's window is closing.
hmm,
Seattle's should be open, but they don't have the offense there, and I think a lot of it's the hitting coach. I
hmm,
think it's some of the ways that they constructed their lineup, but they do have Cal Raleigh. They have some of the big names. It's just they don't have healthy pitching. So at this point, I don't think
yeah,
there's a legit contender in this division at this point. Now, our
no,
next check-in going to be All-Star break, so we're going to see about that one. But I
yeah,
think we're both on the same page. If you look towards the AL Central, I think we know at least. I mean, this could have multiple. I mean, you have 4 teams over 500, and
yeah,
all with a legit shot at the playoffs.
hmm,
So you have Tigers with a 5-game lead already this year, and the Guardians, Twins, who have rattled off multiple wins in a row at one point in the season in the month of May, and then the Royals followed by the White Sox, which we're not going to worry about.
yeah. I think for sure the Tigers are obviously a threat. That they are a contender in the AL. With that pitching that they've had so far this year, they are going to compete even if the offense dips a little bit. That pitching's good enough right now. I mean, we saw Tariq Skubal go out and
100,
throw one,
yeah,
one of the best games
dude,
you've seen from a pitcher in probably 5 to 10 years. It was
yeah.
an amazing, you know, pitched game for him. You get Casey Mize back. Yeah, Reese Olson did get hurt, but Mize is back now, so bolsters. that rotation, keeps there's no fall off with, Olsen going down.
Mhm.
I'm still skeptical on the Guardians. They did have the big run and the big win streak, but you're talking about a team that's sitting in second with a negative run differential right now. I I'm not quite sure. I would probably lean towards more the Twins and the Royals
Mhm.
than I would the Guardians at this point.
Yeah, I here's the thing, when I look at this, Tigers, yes, contender.
Hmm.
Then everybody else has these really big gaps, and it's not like even like, do I think that they could potentially do it? Like, for example,
Yeah.
Guardians, they really honestly, it's gonna be some of the consistency stuff on the offensive side. They're
Hmm.
not putting up enough runs, and the pitching hasn't been good enough. I think obviously, and the bullpen has been a big question. So there's little pieces. I think they can manage some of that, but they're not gonna go out there and make big trades for the offensive side. That's why I don't know that they're
Hmm.
legit contenders this year. When I
Yeah.
look at the Twins, I don't see it. I don't trust it. I don't buy it. I think this is a product of a massive win streak, and if you take that win streak out of it,
Hmm.
they're actually 3 games under 500 right now.
Yeah.
So I think there's an 8 game win streak. How many wins was it? Or do you remember?
What was it, 13?
13. Yeah, I mean, they were even worse than that. So
Yeah.
I don't buy it. It's like that year the Cardinals won 17 games in a row, and everyone's like, they won 90 games. Outside of that 17-game win streak, they were 1 game above 500. So I don't
Yeah.
buy it. The Royals are the team that has the pitching, that has a couple small tweaks they could do in the bullpen. I think they could make it. But the
Hmm.
problem is, if you look at the bottom half of that lineup, it's garbage.
Yeah.
No offense, it is so bad. The OPS, the abilities. I mean, you got Kevin Biggio is
Yeah.
DHing for this team. There are too many gaps, I think, this year on the offensive side to make Kansas City a legit contender. I think they could make the playoffs and have a fun series or two, but there's too many gaps right now and I don't know that they're going to be aggressive enough to go and make some of those moves that they could. But I think you look at a
Ma-
guy like Cedric Mullins or something like that that they could end up can't
Maybe
cost
their
too much.
their answer is down in AAA right now with old Jack
He is
Caglione.
raking right now, but he plays first base. But
Oh,
here's the
he
thing:
can play. He can
pull,
definitely play DH though. I mean, we
pull exactly pull this
yeah,
kid up and let him play
he
DH because he's
can
got to be better than Kevin Biggio. What are we
yeah,
doing? We are
absolutely. I mean,
wasting a DH spot.
it tells you how good and how great he is playing right now when within the first 4 games in AAA, he's been intentionally walked multiple times already. Teams are, I
Yeah,
mean, yes, it is AAA. It is a jump to the major leagues, but when you're already teams are already afraid to throw to you right now, and you just got called up to AAA, that speaks to what other teams are seeing and what the ability that they see in you. Yeah, it probably won't be until maybe All-Star break if he continues to play really good until he gets that next call up. But it could be your answer to some of your offensive
yeah.
woes right now if
And one
he's
of the answers that they need to
yes,
look at. But I even think the outfield is atrocious with the
yeah,
Royals. They have to
hmm
go make some moves. And I know it's within not within division, but you have to look at a team like Baltimore with Cedric Mullins. I think he's going to be on the way out. He's
yeah,
a movable
probably,
piece. He's not going to cost too much. You got to make the
hmm
move because they are going to have to be solid. We'll get to them in a second, but
yeah,
they're of this division. That's the one team I think that has the potential,
hmm
but I don't know if they want to. I think that they're
yeah,
happy being an 87 win team, making the playoffs, and seeing that they catch hot at the right time. And this team is
yeah,
not built for that.
no,
So, all right, let's move to the AL East. We got the New York Yankees with a 6 game lead. Yeah, that's the biggest lead so far in the divisions in the AL. Toronto Blue Jays and Rays, or excuse me, Rays, then Jays, then Red Sox. Come on, Dubby. Your Red Sox are getting nervous yet. And then, of
nah,
course, the Baltimore Orioles.
yeah. I mean, there's Yankees are absolutely a legit team. They're firing all cylinders right now. Offensive
300
wise,
runs.
pitching, yeah. I mean, this is a
Stupid.
tough. This is going to be a tough out, barring any foreseen injuries. I don't trust Tampa Bay. We know who they are. They're going to have a decent regular season outside of last year. A couple years here and there. They'll have a decent off regular season. If they make playoffs, they'll get knocked out real soon. Same thing with the Jays. I don't trust them at all. I mean,
Mm-mm.
negative 26 run differential. I on a Yeah, I think that's pretty much all you need to be said there. I think the Red Sox could get hot. I mean, depending on how things go offensive wise, some of the situations. I know Bregman's out for a little bit.
Mhm.
I mean, Ralphie Devers, even with all the distractions, he's second in the major leagues in RBIs right now. So, I mean, at least he's still producing even with the distraction that they've had, with the first base and, DH and all that, stuff. They're just going to have to make some moves, I think, at the deadline to try to either push the Yankees or at least, make themselves legitimate contenders in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna say Yankees for sure contenders. There's some small
Mhm.
tweaks, but I know they can make them.
Yeah.
Right now, the Rays don't buy it. I think once they get onto the long road trips that are going to be in the second half of the year because of the
Mhm.
weather and all the stuff that they have to do with the minor league ballpark, I think that's going to get to them a little bit. Plus,
Mhm.
it's not going to be as friendly confines, if you will. Sorry, Wrigley or whatever that I'm saying, but like they're just not going to have as much power when they go
Yeah.
on the road as much. Toronto don't buy it. Boston, I want to, but right now there's so much turmoil, injuries. I haven't trusted it.
Yeah.
Honestly, right now I look at this. It's a one team, a six game lead right now. I think this is easily a double digit win in the
Mhm.
division. The way it's set up right
Oh, yeah, definitely division-wise. Like I said, I think the Red Sox could make some changes, at the deadline and potentially bolster themselves to make that, postseason run because they have the ability, they have the players and stuff. I mean, you brought up Marcel Meyer
now.
this week. Maybe that can be a spark within that offense or whatever, but they can make some tweaks, I think, to at least make them more competitive, at least maybe give them a chance at making a run in the postseason.
Yeah, two quick awards so far that AL specifically. Aaron Judge still the MVP front runner, right? There's nobody
Yeah.
else.
Mhm.
Who's your runner up right now? Do you have one? And the reason why I ask, as you think about it, is because I saw an article that said this: the runner up right now should be a Cal Raleigh.
Mm.
But if you put their numbers side by, it is not even close.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
like
yeah.
if that's your runner up, it's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, Witt hasn't had quite the season I think we
Mm-mm.
expected so far, but yeah, I mean, that's a great argument for, runner up. I mean, like you said, there's no one
Yeah,
else in the AL that I think you could really potentially give it to unless you wanted to try to give it to a
yeah,
pitcher or something,
yeah.
like if Tariq Skubal keeps on doing what he's done over the last
Hmm.
couple weeks.
Yeah. What about your Cy Young? Who would it be?
Tariq Skubal.
Yeah, for me, it's him, and if you want a second one, to be Max Fried. Right now, both
Yeah.
guys are
Mhm.
pitching really well. Scooble is definitely the best pitcher in baseball right now. I mean, he is just
Yeah.
dominating. So,
Mhm.
do you want to stay in the East, or do you want to start back out West for the National League?
Let's just stay out east.
I like it. All right. So again, put this in the comment section as we're going through this. Even if you're watching it later on, we'd love to know your thoughts of what you think of these teams, or if there's a sleeper pick that we are maybe missing. So we're gonna go with the NL East right now. It's a game and a half lead, but the Phillies
Mhm.
lead the Mets over the Braves, and then of course the Nationals and Marlins are under 500 right now. I mean, actually, the Braves are even under 500 still.
Yeah.
So legit contender in this division
The
or multiple.
Phillies for sure. I mean, they are one of the more complete teams. There will be some questions once it gets towards the end of the season about the closing situation they have if they don't address it at the deadline.
Hmm.
Could be a big question mark in that bullpen. I'm still leery of the Mets, but I think you have to throw them up there just because of how well they've played and how well their starting pitching has been right now. Do I trust it for a full season? I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think
20, 20-6 at home and 18-13, one of the best records against winning teams. I mean,
yeah,
as much as we don't want to believe it, at least, I mean, maybe they regress to the
yeah,
mean a little bit, and then you see
hmm
that like all Mets are betting. But
yeah. I mean, right now they lead the major leagues in starting ERA, which is kind of
so
crazy to
yeah,
think when you look at that starting rotation. You wouldn't expect it, seeing some of those guys, but I think right now you have to throw them in the conversation. The Braves could potentially, but it's going to be about how much, I mean, pitching outside of Strider. There's some questions. Schwellenbach's pitch, good here and there. Grant Holmes has had a couple of good starts, but really, I don't think there's any other starters that you can really just rely on outside of Spencer Strider. And can the rest of
yeah,
the offense catch up? Can Acuna be the spark plug that they needed, to kind of light a fire under him?
yeah. I mean, right now, you mentioned their ERA. I appreciate that. Like a 2.78 as their pitching staff's ERA, which is uh, almost half. Well, not half runs, bit of an exaggeration. Second place is the Royals at 3-1. I
Mhm.
mean, it is just dramatically different.
Yeah.
They've given up so few home runs. 34 home runs is how many they've given up. I think, for the record, the most, Baltimore, 84. You wonder why that team is not winning right now. They're giving up the long ball, but the Mets have a 7 home run lead as compared to the rest. So I don't know. I just look at this and there's so much that they are dominating, and I don't know that I trust it yet. So I'm kind of with you right
Yeah.
there. I
Mhm.
do fully. I really like the Phillies. I like the Jesus Luzardo. I
Yeah.
mean, he's sliding in there as their second best pitcher, if not your best, depending on what day it
Yeah.
is. So I like them as a legit contender. If the and I still believe in the Braves more than I believe in the Mets. But that brings up one conversation piece. As you look at this team and you look at the Dodgers, it looks like, good lord, the Braves missed it with Freddie Freeman.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, they did.
I mean, Matt Olson just looks like this may be who he is now.
Yeah, he had the one monster season after they traded for him, and it's just been downhill from there, honestly.
Yeah. So, all right, well, let's move on. We got the NL Central, everyone's least favorite to talk about because a lot of underperforming. We got a new regime, I would say. The Cubs are a 3-game lead right now, but plus 93. I think that's second in all of baseball run differential. Their offense has been
Mhm.
crazy. So you got them, Cardinals, Reds, Brewers, and then of course the lowly Pirates right now. Legit contender in this team in this division.
I think the Mets, you could I mean, the Cubs, you can consider them a legit contender. I mean, that offense, if it keeps on producing, they're gonna be a tough out just because they're gonna be able to score runs. Do you
Hmm.
know who leads the major leagues in RBIs right now?
Yeah, and I'm starting to have to. I'm wrestling with how do I do this? Like, how do I manage Pete Crow Armstrong?
He doesn't,
It's not him.
actually.
Who is it
No.
then?
Seiya Suzuki.
Oh, I thought it was gonna. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
mean, Pete Crow is close. I'm pretty sure he is top 5, or at least top
They're
10.
they're number 1 and 2. That's
Yeah,
49-48. So I did
yeah.
not
So,
realize that
no.
Seiya was that high.
Yeah,
Dude,
I didn't
Seiya
either.
has more doubles. He has
Yeah,
the same amount of home runs. He's walked more than double the amount of times. He just doesn't have the stolen bases.
yeah. Seiya's having a heck of a season, like, a very quiet, really good season that
Mhm,
I don't think most people would have realized how good he's playing. So that offense definitely makes them a legitimate team, and
mhm.
if they can add another pitcher, yeah, this could be a definitely a team in the NL to watch out for when it comes to postseason.
Yeah, and they have the pieces, the ability to move
Mhm.
move things around. So we'll see for that. I think they're the only legit contender right
Yeah.
now. I don't buy a lot of the Cardinals. I like the different setup, and
Mhm.
we're going to get into this in a later episode. Just what is the most important pieces, and we're going to
Mhm.
rank them. Whether it's management, ownership, payroll, is it talent, or is it coaching? Like, what are the most important pieces to a franchise? I think baseball is going to be a little different, but
Yeah.
if you look at just the Cardinals have the same roster as they did last year.
Mhm.
I don't. I mean, it's the same roster. Just to see the difference in approaches, it's been really nice. But it just
Mhm.
to me, it shows how important coaching is. Not necessarily managing, but
Yes.
coaching is.
Mhm.
Same talent pool. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's go out to maybe one of the best divisions in all of baseball. If you don't include the Rockies, because unfortunately you do 9-45. We can go ahead and say they're done. The only
Wait,
question
they're
is, do
you don't
they?
think they're contenders?
Yeah, 24 games out of their division lead already. It's insane. I know that the Dodgers are in their division, but the Dodgers
Yeah.
have a 2-game lead over the Padres and Giants, and then a 6-game lead over the 500 right now record of the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. I mean, Dodgers, Padres are 2 absolute contenders, I believe. Even though, I mean, the crazy thing is how good this division was early on. The division the last couple weeks has kind of struggled a little bit. Every single
Hmm.
team has not played great, really. So, I mean, I still think that the Dodgers, Padres are absolutely contenders. I'm still not buying the Giants yet. It's hard for me to buy them because it seems a lot of like what we've seen in the last few years where they'll have, really good stretches. Then all of a sudden it's just like the sky's falling and they're back to 80 and, 81 and 81 baseball, 500 ball. I still believe that the Diamondbacks will make a push at some point.
Hmm.
It just, like I said, this division hasn't played good lately, so it's kind of a hard to really see. I mean, Diamondbacks just got swept by the Cardinals.
Yeah, they did. Cardinals. That was a close game. They out hit the
Yeah.
Cardinals in every game, which was
Mhm.
crazy. But home field advantage. So I would agree with you right now. I think if I'm Dodgers, yes, a contender. I don't think that they're still not my pick because back to back is so hard. Padres, I think, are a legit contender. I don't buy the Giants, and I'm leaning towards yes in the Diamondbacks because I think
Mhm.
they have too much talent not to be.
That's
Like
where
that
I am.
roster looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, well let's look at this real quick. NL MVP favorite right now is it still Shohei?
I'm gonna say yes just because of the heater he's on right now. I mean, leads the majors in home runs. It's just the RBI numbers will be the big question for him just because that you are batting him first. But I like what they have done lately. They're not putting their worst bat at 9. They've played Miguel Rojas, who is batting around 260, 270. They've played Tommy Edmonds there. They played Sung Kim there a couple times. So they're at least trying to make it to where if you are going to bat him leadoff, at least the next around he potentially has a guy on base.
Yeah, I Tommy Edmonds on OBP is usually like 310 or lower, and it's so frustrating. But
Yeah.
the dude is good, a baseball player. I mean, I
Hmm.
still like him on the Cardinals, but I move him to three. Stop it. Just move him to three. You have too much. It's so like two. Fine.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. A guy that good, and he's not gonna. He can produce more. He just can.
Yeah.
I would agree. I think because I don't think Pete Armstrong is going to be able to keep it up all season long. But if he did,
Yeah.
there's going to be that new freshness. Like, wow, this a young prospect. So I think there's a chance he could steal some of that. But I don't see it for a full season where I know Shohei Ohtani typically plays his best baseball at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, any Cy Young favorites right now
I'm gonna
at this
say
part?
Kodai Senga.
I thought you would. Okay, that's good.
Uh,
I would lean towards either Yamamoto or Luzardo.
mhm.
Both have more innings pitched and
Yeah.
more strikeouts. Part of that's
Strikeouts.
because the inning pitch, but all three
Hmm.
elite levels so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no Paul Skeens, huh? Hmm.
No, just I mean, I love Skeens. It's just
Yeah,
a situation I think will tarnish anything that he does just because how bad the Pirates are right now.
yeah. At best, he could be Felix Hernandez when he won it with
Hmm.
Seattle at a 13-12 record, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, do you want to give us your top five teams at this point in the season?
Top 5 teams. You ready for this?
I'm
So
ready.
we got a new number 1. It's the New York Yankees. They are right now the best team in baseball. It's hard to argue it. I think
Yeah,
maybe the Phillies could have an argument right now with how well they're playing, but the offense and pitching right now is there for the Yankees. And the crazy thing is they could get better at the deadline by adding another starting pitcher to that
yeah.
rotation and make them even more dangerous. I have the Phillies at 2, Tigers at 3, Dodgers at 4, Cubs at 5.
Yeah, I got number 1 right now is the Tigers, number 2 is the Yankees, number 3, I still am gonna say the Dodgers. They're gonna get healthy at different spurts, so give me them which it just feels weird putting them there. Number 4, gonna give me the Phillies. Number 5, the Cubs. I don't like saying it, but I'm gonna say it.
I don't like to.
It's gross. It's the
Yeah.
my literally, them and the Red Sox are my 2. I just I don't like these guys. So yeah, all right. Well, we'd love to know what yours are. So make sure that if you are watching the show, you're gonna after the fact put your top five in there. We'd love to kind of be able to comment back on those. But if you haven't already, again, hit that subscribe button. We bring 2 episodes every single week. Got a football episode here later this week, and now we were 100 days away, like last week from college football season. Guess what? That means we're about 100 days away now from the NFL season. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can stay in tune with all the news and notes. Till next time, we'll see you all later.
See ya.